Welcome back to the Old English Debrief, and wherever you are listening, whether it be on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pocket Cast, or YouTube, leave a comment, share with a friend, and get right into participating in with the show. It is March 2nd, 2026, on a Monday. We got some massive developments today, both on the field in Lakeland and off the field for everyone trying to watch the games this year. We're talking about the brand new Detroit SportsNet launch, Justin Verlander's return date, and a very interesting battle with the Braves today in spring training. Plus, the World Baseball Classic's literally days away, so we're getting you ready for that. So let's chop it up. All right, first things first, how you watch the Tigers is changing starting today. Ilch Sports Entertainment officially launched Detroit SportsNet, or DSN for short. This is the new permanent home for the Detroit Tigers and the Red Wings. And the big question is, where can you watch it? Cable situation. If you have Xfinity, Spectrum, or DirecTV, you're in luck, as DSN is in the same distribution model as before, so you should see it pop up on your local channel lineup when the season starts. As far as streaming services go, if you have Fubo, it is expected to carry the new network, maintaining its status as one of the best spots for local sports. And as far as the no list as of right now, YouTube TV and Hulu plus Live TV are still outliers. They haven't historically carried these regional networks, and DSN's no different. So we'll have to wait and see on those, but unlikely. The MLB app option, you can go direct to consumer through MLB for $19.99 a month or $189 a year if you're wanting both Red Wings and Tigers games. Red Wings games don't start until next year. And then as far as streaming goes, there is a free trial that takes you all the way through San Diego, the first couple away games and opening the season. So you can take advantage of that and just see how it goes. And as far as other Tigers news goes, circle Friday, March 6th on your local calendars, because that is the official day that Justin Verlander makes his first start of the spring against the Red Sox. Friday's must-see JV, because, as we know, JV's back on that $13 million deal. And interestingly, recently the Tigers revealed that they worked some magic. There's only $2 million in base salary, with $11 million deferred all the way out to 2030 to 2039. It shows that he really wanted to be back in Detroit for what could be his 21st and final MLB season. JV just turned 43 years old, and after a late start to camp due to that prearranged family commitment, everyone's buzzing about his physical form. He hasn't pitched in a game yet, but he was seen throwing a public bullpen on February 18th, where the ball still looked like it had that signature life to it. Verlander enters the 2026 season with 266 career wins. He needs 34 more to hit that magic 300 mark. While that is quite unlikely, he gets there in one. While it's quite unlikely, he gets there in just one season. Friday isn't just a spring training game; it's a progress report on whether one of the greatest pitchers in Tigers history still has gas to lead this team to an AL Central title and maybe even more. And then, last but not least, there are some roster cuts to talk about. First, from February 27th, the initial wave focused primarily on pitchers. Primarily on pitchers' recovery from injuries who were in camp on minor league deals. These players were reassigned to minor league camp, which include Phil Bickford, a right-handed pitcher, working back from a right tricep strain, Dugan Darnell, recovering from hip surgery, and Tyler Owens, working through a return-to-play program, as well as Troy Watson on a throwing program following elbow surgery. And then the second round of cuts came yesterday, March 1st. Ty Madden, despite a solid spring start, 2 innings pitched, 0 hits, in the depth of the rotation, now featuring Schoolbull, Verlander, and Valdez, means that Madden will start the year in Toledo. Dylan Smith appeared in 2 games this spring, 2 1/3 innings pitched, 2 Ks, and will continue development in the minors. Are you ready to drop $20 a month on the new Detroit SportsNet, or are you staying with your cable provider? Also, what is a realistic expectation for Verlander on Friday? Personally, I'd like to see him hit 95 miles per hour, but really, in reality, I'm just happy that he's healthy. So just get through the game and be healthy. As far as the game recap goes today, we faced the Atlanta Braves. It was a tough afternoon at Publix Field at Joker Marchant, as the Tigers fell to the Braves 5-2. While the bats were relatively quiet, the story on the day was the arms. Framber Valdez making a strong statement in his start. He was clinical, tossed 3 scoreless innings, allowing just 2 hits and striking out 3. He threw 43 pitches and showed exactly the kind of stability that the Tigers were hoping for. Casey Mize followed Framber and provided 3 solid innings of his own. While he did surrender a solo home run, he matched Valdez with 3 strikeouts and looked very comfortable with his velocity and command. And we're on, I would say, officially Parker Meadows watch. He had a frustrating day at the plate, going 0-for-3 with a strikeout, and his average is sitting at .059 for the spring. The timing just isn't quite there yet, as he looks to lock down that starting job in center field. Valdez looks like a polished veteran, while Casey Mize is showing real flashes of that real number one overall pick pedigree. Between those two, who do you have more confidence in to be the consistent starter for us this season? And are we on Parker Meadows watch? Do we talk about him starting the year in Toledo? Is Max Clark ready to take over center field? Or where would we see Parker coming off the bench? Or where do you see Parker as a part of this team on opening day or not? And then, last but not least, we have some MLB news. The World Baseball Classic officially kicks off this Wednesday, March 4th. And here are some of the top-tier teams that we've talked about in the past. Japan are the defending champs, even without Ohtani on the mound. A rotation featuring Yoshinobu Yamamoto and Hiromi Ito is terrifying. The United States has the most pitching-rich roster that Team USA has ever fielded. They have 2 of the best pitchers on earth right now, in Paul Skeens and our very own Tarek Skubal, even though Skubal has said that he is going to only pitch 1 game. The Dominican Republic is managed by Albert Pujols, featuring Julio Rodriguez and Juan Soto. And Venezuela, a dark horse favorite, featuring Ronald Acuna Jr. And as far as the Tigers connection goes, like I said, Skubal's on Team USA, being the co-ace, joined by reliever Will Vest. And Team Venezuela, we have Gleyber Torres as the big name. He'll be working with Tigers legend Miguel Cabrera, who's the hitting coach. On Team Netherlands, our closer, Kenley Jansen, is the anchor in his final ride, as he said. We got 11 guys scattered across 7 different teams in the World Baseball Classic. Is there one specific Tigers player you're most excited or maybe nervous to watch? Does seeing Gleyber Torres work with Miggy in the Venezuela dugout make you more confident in his 2026 season? Well, believe it or not, my friends, that is it for the show. We got a lot to chew on. A big episode today as we head into the World Baseball Classic and JV's debut. As far as the questions of the day goes, like I said earlier, with Detroit SportsNet launching today, will you switch to the $19.99 direct-to-consumer stream, or stick with cable or Fubo for games? Or are you going to do something else? Maybe listen to it on the radio? Is the MLB pricing out the people who watch baseball? And then the MLB goes, or as far as the MLB goes, the World Baseball Classic starting on Wednesday. Do you agree with Japan taking that number 1 spot over Team USA? Or do you think that the American rotation with Skubal and Paul Skeens makes US the team to beat? Let me know in the comments. Don't be afraid to share, leave a review, and all that jazz to participate in the show. I would love to read some comments on the show tomorrow or in future episodes. And we will see you again tomorrow. Until then, be kind to each other, and go Tigers for life.